Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Hope and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Hope's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The tiny bit of correction and tons of motivation that we give this girl when we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a tiny little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Hope's going to come home with her very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly tomorrow during your follow-up training session. Now Hope is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is nothing more than proper leash walking, and the command is Hope, heel. Now at this point, Hope has a job to do, and that is to walk nicely next to your left leg, not forging ahead or lagging behind, staying with you, staying focused, matching pace with you. If you turn, she should turn. If you should slow down or speed up, she should do the same. And Rich talks to her to encourage her, because she is a bit of a little timid, nervous girl. She can be. And her sits are automatic, so when you stop walking, she sits automatically without being told to wait for her next command. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit stay. Stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, you are not going to use her name. The long sit stay when you're practicing at home is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes. This helps to develop self-control and focus. When Rich returns back to her on the sit, he walks all the way around her. He ends up back where they started at heel position, and at this point she expects to get another command, and he will tell her to heel again. So this is going to make walking her a pleasure. You can get exercise for her without getting dragged down the street. Everything is about you and her focus on you. If she gets a little confused or she starts to get a little skittish, you'll hear Rich say, "Good girl, come on, it's okay." And she stays right with him. And even though we're not a treat-based dog training school, we have used some food with her to keep her motivated and to keep her feeling secure, so that she knows that no one's going to hurt her. Now you see her very intently looking at Rich, which is great eye contact, and this time, instead of returning back to her, Rich is going to demonstrate the come on command. It's Hope, come, and she comes right in and sits facing your knees. She shouldn't be jumping on you. And then back to heel and back sitting. And she will get out of doing it if you give her the opportunity, so don't cave. She's very smart to a fault. So make her do her commands that she's been taught, and use them in your everyday living situations, and practice indoors as well as outdoors. Rich leaves her in another sit stay. He walks out to the end of his training leash. He turns to face her, and you can see her anticipating what he's going to do next. She's looking at him. Every little movement she's in tune to. She comes and sits, and then she goes back to heel and back sitting. Very good girl. And then Rich heels her out of that. And just practicing along with this video at home, getting her to do the things that you see her doing on the video, and using them in your everyday living situations, like sitting and staying at your doors. Those are all things that are important to keep her stimulated mentally. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the down from a heel position. So with her seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give her the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay you can practice right in your living room. If the weather's not nice, practice it inside. The long down stay you're going to practice for 3 to 5 minutes. Now she's not fond of letting you return, so we just walk back to her shoulders, praise her for a good job, and Rich will heal her out of that. She's done a really nice job. She's a smart girl, and I think when she gets home with you and you start practicing with her, you're going to find that she's learned a lot. But I do see that she's going to try to test you a little bit. Sit down, stay. So you can be very proud of your little girl. She's done a great job. Now Rich will call her out of that. She's so elegant. She comes in and sits, and then she goes back to heel. Now we have demonstrated for you all of Hope's formal on-leash obedience commands. She has done a great job in spite of the fact that she is a little nervous and a little timid. I think with more work she'll get past that. She likes snacks, that's for sure. We've enjoyed every minute of having Hope with us here at school, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and we will see you very soon.